So for today's pair of games, we're going to be playing a mid-range mage that is very heavy on prophecies. This is a deck that's been popular for quite a few months now, but it kind of shows up, goes away, shows up, goes away. It was perhaps maybe the most popular during the Praetorian Commander Echo of Akatosh days because people were trying to get immediate value, but the truth is it's just a good, strong deck. It's actually pretty strong right now, and it's in a decent spot because it does very well against Scout, and it does very well against aggressive decks because of the presence of Dawnstar Healer and the large number of prophecies. We're going to keep the 2-drop just so we have something. We're going up against Crusader, so hopefully we'll get to see this deck shine in the aggressive matchup. And there we go. Unfortunately, though, this is maybe the worst possible starting hand that we could have hoped for this. Not only do we not have a Dawnstar Healer, any of our quality trade cards. So the other reason that mid-range Mage in this scenario is typically good is it has things like Wardcrafter, Cloudrest Illusionist, things like that, so that it can set up value trades very well. And then you rely on the prophecies when you do get hit to like snowball your board position. However, even though this deck, I would dare say, is favored in this matchup, we may... Oh, this looks like tokens. We may see ourselves get steamrolled here. And, yeah. That's going to be a combination of us not having a 3-drop, but also we're not going to hit prophecies. Like, let's be honest here. We've already drawn 6 cards, and all of them are prophecies. And even in this prophecy-heavy deck, you're going to have a bad time if you don't have an early presence and you don't hit prophecies. So yep, and there's that. So we're banking heavily on. Oh, I can't even be mad at this point, right? Like it's just comical. So we literally went, this used to be one, right? Prophecy, 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 prophecy. We broke one rune that was a Dawnstar Healer and then drew a prophecy. Like I can't even be mad. Right? I guess we throw this over here. We need to start value trading. I don't see a scenario where we win this though. There's a quality chance this just dies to Imprison, and even if it doesn't, he's like one Ulfric's Housecarl away from drawing all of the cards and thus winning. But this is how you don't draw. Yeah. Not a prophecy. Oh, we hit one. All right.
A little distraction.
But again, he still has 4 Magicka here and a pretty quality board presence. We've got to make a lot of value trades and then gain health, and I don't see it happening.
There's a plan. There's always a
Plays
plan.
a Bruma. Wow, and a Hunger. So if we were running a deck that ran like Ice Storm, we could Ice Storm right now and just win the game. But again, sadly, we are not one of those kind of decks. I think we have to do this. As much as I don't care about him gaining the health, I don't want to take 5 damage. So that's a thing. I don't need to worry about drawing cards, so it's probably that. So I can clear some of that up.
We'll hold, no matter what.
Yeah, and again we drew a prophecy for our turn, right? Like I can't even be mad.
I hear and obey.
You couldn't like script this. Like it's almost comical at this point. We might play 3 games for this video just because this one at this point almost doesn't even count. Don't take this as a blueprint for how this matchup goes. It almost always, yeah, I was gonna say, I don't know what's taking so long here, buddy. Like, you can get me to 1 and I can't answer your board. For sure.
A little distraction might prove
Cloud
useful.
Rest.
Into the breach!
Oh, interesting. So if I went straight face and ignored him, I could gain 6 whole health, which doesn't save me at all. Again, I have no real defensive options here. I can't survive the Cloud Rest, right? We can trade. Get Cleric of Klein to trade, and Lightning Bolt that. And then I die to these two. Could House Carl this and trade. Then that's it. Trade. Even if I do this and I Hail Married into something, I still have at least 4 over here that I can't deal with. I think that we just lose. And I'm not seeing a way around it.
A fire.
Behold my power.
I'm not seeing a way around it.
May we serve you with every
It's a pretty unfortunate game. So I think we, like I said, we might just play 3 games because that was pretty horrible
Acknowledge.
in terms of variance. So again, don't take that as a blueprint for how that matchup goes. This is a deck that is traditionally very, very good against other aggressive decks, but it requires you to not get 100% shafted by the draw like that. That was almost downright hideous in many ways. First 7 draws were prophecies, and then when he breaks the first rune, we draw a card that's not a prophecy, and then we draw a prophecy for our turn, right? Like, you're just being taunted at that point. And we mulliganed away prophecies, right? Our opening hand was 3 prophecies. We mulliganed away 2 just so we could keep the 2-drop. Like, it just hurts me inside. We're gonna send the prophecies away and get more back. I mean, I know that the deck runs a lot, so I should expect to draw some, but again, we're kind of on the borderline ridiculous here. Let's hope this one goes better.
Fly true.
So this is, again, Crusader, again of the aggressive archetype. Let's go ahead and do that. Save the Warcrafter for potential trade into something better. We're hoping that this goes a little bit better, because as I said, this deck does really well against aggressive archetypes, and I would like to demonstrate that and not be completely boned by the draw. Interesting. I know that he's playing like a faces the place deck, but I almost feel like he would have been better served with taking a value trade. I could be wrong. I could be wrong. Hive Defender is going to be pretty clutch here. This actually, if we use this for a trade, it could be pretty clutch as well, just to get rid of some nasty guys. So I don't know why he took the value trade this time. See, there you go. This is a prophecy saving us, right? But yeah, I don't know why he took the value trade this last time. For if he would have taken it the other time, I wouldn't have had the ability to take them both out.
Let me kill for you.
That is a reef. It's a quality play by him. It's just Hive Defender. We're going to take the damage, but it gets us a guard in both lanes. The triple Dapper Defender plus the first rune bolt actually might be enough to just outright carry us here. Okay. We do take the damage, but still not enough to kill this, and a bolt
ready
will
to
finish
join
that.
the
So,
circle.
bolt plus a harpy seems like the way to go. Just because we want to lock that down. We're not going to hit him yet. I don't want to give him gas. If we can get a little bit better board position, or maybe find a Dawnstar healer, then that will kind of seal it in our favor.
There's nowhere they
So I
can
don't see any
hide.
reason.
The hunter becomes hunted.
So we're going to go ahead and take that trade. Or actually just Fate Weaver. Save the defender for being defensive. Right? Responsive. Well, that's kind of a bummer of ones to draw. But we want to be able to respond to something, and then we can also saturate by playing a Black Dragon with it. So it's probably going to ping this off. It's fair. I don't know about you, but I would personally like to not have to deal with that anymore. Yeah, I still don't think we give him a card.
The Dark Brotherhood is a fox.
Let's put the dragon in the field lane. Now, he may just trade here to make sure that I can't get rid of all of his earth bones, but I think that works in our favor.
The day is
Yeah.
mine.
Not unexpected.
Armamora tests us. We stand united.
Oh, Clan Captain, alright.
Time to fight.
So he can trade here as well if he wants.
Time to fight.
But again, I think that favors us. We got a lot more cards than he does. And the ability to saturate. So let's go ahead and do this. We'll give him one card, puts him on the cusp, and then we can basically wall up on both sides. So this is kind of the way it's supposed to go against aggressive decks. You're not full on control, but you've got enough tools that you can usually do really well. The last game was just something a little weird, right? A little comical in many ways.
The victory is
Yeah,
yours.
so just outright concedes. Doesn't want to waste the time, and I don't blame him. I probably should have conceded my last game as well. So let's play one more. I know these videos are normally 2 games, but that first one really felt like it did not count to me. And I would like to showcase the deck just a hair. Miko, 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 or Maiko, Maiko, Maiko. Either way. So yeah, I think this deck is pretty well positioned on the ladder right now. It doesn't do very well, at least in my experience. I think we'll throw you back. Against... what, support mage? Like, support control mage can give it problems.
I keep a spare blade in my
This is an amazing opener, by the way. This is kind of ideally what you're looking for. This is responsive. This can set up value trades. This can set up value trades. Like, we have a good curve. The quartermaster here actually ends up being pretty good at helping you get control of the field lane early. Because anything that they're going to play at like 2 or 3.
Do your worst.
Bless us.
Just do that. Anything they play at 2 or 3, this thing can likely trade up into. Even if you have to use the dagger, you're basically spending one of your 1-cost cards to deal with something else, and that works in your favor.
Heat things up.
Alright, so this is interesting because I really want to develop Daggerfall, but that gives him a value trade. And I don't really want that. So what we're actually going to do is steal Dagger
Do your worst.
and swing. Oh god, Zan, give him a prophecy here. Alright.
Just give me a name.
Well, that's really unfortunate for us. We're going to go ahead and do this then, because we don't want him to get the contract, but that was not not great for us. It also kind of pushes us out of the field lane.
I'll kill you where
I
you
have to
stand.
assume that this is
The
a
forest
archer
will
that's
not
running
suffer your presence.
like some form of unstoppable rage, and losing control of the field lane is a pretty big deal in this matchup.
By the eighth, they will
Not much we
meet
can
their
do about it
makers.
though for now. We'll try to regain control of that if we hit some prophecies. Like, that would be how we would get it back at this point. Or like a hive defender or something. You know, a black dragon, even if that gives them a contract, would be pretty decent. But prophecy would be the most likely way to regain control of that field lane. The old first rune
It's
prophecy.
nothing personal.
I felt confident making that attack, mostly
I'll
because
kill you
Archer
where you stand.
doesn't... They just don't traditionally run a lot of prophecies.
What have we here?
So it wasn't something that I was necessarily worried about percentage-wise. If either of those hit a rage, that could be a real big problem for us.
Sheol take you.
You can set it up where you can, like, do a lot of different things this next turn, though, with, like, leaf lurkers. Sheer Point Dragon could totally nuke this as well because of the presence of the ring. There's not a great spot. The Uncano draw helps in terms of, like, giving us some reach. Could really use a prophecy again to regain control of that field lane.
I'll kill you where you stand.
If he has a second Skaven, that also goes a really long way with him because it doesn't kill either of the recruits, but it does kill the Harpy and pop the ward. So a Skaven would essentially allow him to trade pretty well over there.
To glory.
Oh.
My scales move in shadow.
That was my mistake.
Yeah, we'll nuke there. Even though this one does more damage.
My scales move in shadow.
Alright, so now we're kind of getting to that point where we might have a shot at regaining control. Let's go ahead and take this trade here. Let's pop this and see what happens. And then, as much as I hate using a firebolt on that, if it potentially protects the Harpy, I think I'm okay with it. Again, Skaven would clean up that Harpy over there. He likely runs Curses, Rapid Shot. Obviously he runs Archer's Gambit. 1 to 8. That is a big giant. That is a big giant. So what do we want to do about that giant? We can either trade pretty hard into it, but then that doesn't actually help us. Unless he has another contract, which I got... he could potentially get a contract next turn. Really, we're worried about, like, Shadow Shift Unstoppable Rage, right? But he's used the one contract that he got from Astrid. It's only at 7. You'd have to do something to get it that way. Otherwise, I honestly think it's just House Carl over here and push damage. Because we want to be able to either Uncano or do the combination of those two the following turn. Likely Uncano because it should kill this the rest of the way.
Sheol take
and
By our service,
to prevent
we
Skaven
honor
from
time.
being the issue. I think we do that. 'Cause we're going to be banking on prophecies to potentially win this. Now, if he has a snake tooth necklace for the giant, we also just lose, but belligerent giant here would be a bit of a problem. It's a great tempo play.
It's nothing personal. By our service, we honor time.
Do that. We could have put it over there and made it a
I'll kill
4-4.
you where you stand.
But I didn't want to give him an easy leaf lurker target to set us back, and let's be honest, we're on the like race. Yeah. I was gonna say we're on the race to victory thing, and this gives us the potential with the.
You can't
So we can do
escape.
this, and we can tome, and then what would stop us? Fighters Guild recruit?
Just give me a name.
That we're okay with. Fighters Guild
Just
recruit.
give me a
Okay.
name.
Is the only thing that stops
Can't
us.
escape.
You have the lightning bolt. What a tight game. I did not like getting pushed to the shadow lane, but it was kind of necessary. Yeah, like I said, it's a really strong deck. If you throw out that first game, you can kind of see the power. You can see how it's well positioned right now. I'm probably going to be playing it some more on stream, so hopefully you enjoyed these games. As always, I love you guys, and until next time, may you walk on warm sands.